All right, well, we managed to get through the afternoon stroll difficulty with the pirate. So yeah, now I've got, two trophies, I guess, right there. I wonder what that star or that circle is, that, still what that circle is all about. But whatever, let's go with the hero this time around. So, the hero. You are a born hero. Thanks to a 40% critical hit chance and a 1.4 combo hit chance, and 2 times shield effectiveness. They are kings of the battlefield, however, heroes suffer from 3 times damage when attacked from the side and 5 times damage when from behind. And this class is meant to be meant for truest of heroes. Alright, so the hero class. I have no idea how this guy plays, but he seems really strong in the sense that as long as you hit stuff head on and don't run away from it, it'll be, a piece of cake. So that could make the Demon Lord kind of difficult because he'd be able to do a whole lot of damage if he ever attacked me on this character. But let's see here. So here, you decide to break open your prized piggy bank before the next venture to take your hard-earned savings with you. So I can do that for money. Your Shield Master for increased defensive shield. Pack Horse. Your skill at carrying stuff really able to carry 30% more weight. Also, depending on the class, the bonus varies from 10 to 30%. So I guess, certain classes have more weight. Let's put that on. Let's get this. I'll get Shield Master. And my stats are pretty interesting, but let's go with some agility, or... Yeah, let's go with some agility, I think, for my combo hit chance. So there's my class, or my character, and how I'm going to set him up. He's basically going to be good for, defending himself and all that. Oh, look at that. We got a new difficulty. So, grueling campaign. Enemies strengthen as time passes. New enemies and partners. And maniac mode off. Strict turn-based system. Stronger demon lord. No vault or a goddess altar. I think we're going to do the easy difficulty with the hero, though, just so I can show it off. I'm not really interested in showing off the higher campaigns. Like, honestly, you're getting the idea of what the game's all about, but I'm just sort of showing off the class at the moment. That's what I'm really doing. So, hello, demon hero, blah blah. I'll talk to him. I get my pot herb. All right, let's see here. So there's that. So I'm judge charisma. It looks like your charisma is stuck at level 0. I don't think anyone's going to join with you at this point. You might get some no names, I guess. All right, so here's Soldier B. Heroes may be powerful, but their weakness lies in getting attacked from the side or rear. Don't expect to be long for this world if you let enemies in your blind spots. There's a rumor that you can learn a legendary force power if you raise them to level 3. Wonder what that means. And let's go, it says. Alright, we got a Holy Shrine and Stone Hut up ahead, apparently. So no towns for a while. I'm going to open this up, and we're actually going to take some stuff out of here, I think. So, let's see here. I'm thinking about taking this out. And we'll take that out. And I'll leave the rest of the stuff in there for now. I'm taking this stuff out because, well, I'm not going to make this like, this whatever challenge run. There's no real need to at this point. So here's Iris. I don't really have anything in here, I guess, to say. No, we lost Soldier D. Looks like I have Bash on this character, which is kind of cool, and I got Awakening. So I wonder what the fourth power level 3 means. Do I have to basically raise up my level, or what? I wonder. Alright, for the first little bit, I'm not going to use these weapons that I have. They're going to be there for later, is the idea. Now, something I know about the hero is because I'm a hero, I think I don't have to worry about key of seals for like the holy shrines. I'm a hero, right? So I can just walk into them. Oh, that's a problem. I think the shrine is down over there. Oh, there's Fortune to Urus. Alright, so let's see here. I can get Force Flame, Detection, or... I don't have any money for this stuff. Well, we don't have money, so I don't have to be able to do anything about that. There's no way I can get to that building down there, which I think was a shrine, but oh well. Nothing I do about that. It's just not in a way to get to. Pick this up. So, I feel like talking about something, by the way. So, I'll note that on Steam, I'm on a group that is basically a roguelike group. And something that came up recently was someone was talking about persistence in roguelikes. And essentially what they were going on about, they were essentially sort of like, pissed off at the sort of list that had been compiled about roguelikes, and they thought that it wasn't really consisting of true roguelikes because like they of an issue of persistence. And by persistence, they're basically saying like stuff that basically persists from one run to the next. They didn't think it was a good idea. Hey, I can exchange something for a little bit of stuff here. Oh, let's go with strength. Yes, we'll use that once. But basically, it's really interesting to sort of note because what they're going on about was like, like they want to have like so like so a true like traditional type of roguelike where stuff basically doesn't persist from one run to the next. So if you get a recipe in one run, you can't like use it for like the next one. So like they were like against farming and stuff like that. Like they don't want those sort of games to be listed as like roguelikes. So I'll note that my take on like roguelikes is that basically a roguelike is a roguelike is a roguelike. You can't really say that this is not a roguelike or this is a roguelike. There's too many like ways of classifying it. So I just like say screw it, it's all roguelikes for the most part. And I realize that's not going to be something that everyone agrees with, but I thought it was really interesting on the question of persistence because persistence is something that's popping out a lot. Like you look at like say Tales of Magiel, which I play, and Tales of Magiel. The thing about Tales of Magiel is that you now have like the item vault, and it's possible like the oh look at this, a holy item ahead. So this is a shrine over here. I bet I can actually see shrines. That makes sense. But what I'm going on about is like it's an interesting idea of like persistence in roguelikes. Alright, so here's sealed doors. They can only open by a chosen one or someone holding the key of seals. Oh, can I open these? I can't open it. Oh, that sucks. So I guess I do need to find key of seals for these, which is annoying. Heroes shouldn't have to find keys of seals for holy shrines. Oh, it's down here. A dungeon. We'll wait. But yeah, what would be your take on like persistence in roguelikes? Do you think like that game that has like persistence with the item vault and stuff like that would be considered roguelike? I can't get that chest, won't worry about it. I thought it was a really interesting like type of like concept to think about. Like there's a lot of persistence in roguelikes these days. And like I'm not talking just like item vaults. Like my example that I brought up immediately was like Dwarf Fortress. And people may not realize it, but Dwarf Fortress has a lot of persistence in it, in the sense that every time you like start up a new world in Dwarf Fortress, you're essentially going to have it so that, well, what can I say about it? Every single world, every time you play, you're basically picking up from the last instance of where you was basically playing it. Not sure it's worth it going around like that, whatever. He's got some bows, this guy. Don't really care. So this, that. Basically, what I'm going on about here is the fact that I think that persistence is it's something that has to be sort of thought about a little bit, because I think some persistence is okay as long as it sort of makes sense. Which I think a lot of the time it does make sense. Like in Dwarf Fortress, I could see someone like sort of like not thinking it's right having like the ability to say have a character get killed. Like you can farm items basically with that, like drop them somewhere and then like come back and pick them up for like your next run. I can see that like being seen as unfair or something like that. But I think that persistence is a really interesting concept for like roguelikes. So like what amount of like say persistence would you say is like too much for it to be considered a roguelike? What is like okay. Like the guy was like he wasn't saying like he just like deny everything being a roguelike just because it has persistence. Like he says it's like okay if like you have like unlocks and stuff like that. So Tales of Mashiel, for example, where you unlock classes, that's okay. That makes like some I guess some sense to the guy, but in other cases not okay. Lumberjack axe. That could be useful. So it takes 5 turns for me to swim. And now we're in a volcano. In a sense, like this going on about persistence, there's also persistence in this game, if you haven't noticed. For example, you got the item like vault type of thing that basically I used at the start of this playthrough, for example, and that I guess would be like too much persistence, I guess, for the guy who was basically on the roguelike thread. Whoops! I killed that over magma, so I don't think I can able to drop anything. Not sure it's worth it doing that, but whatever. I don't have time to batch open a chest. Alright, good. Levels. Nice. Alright, so now I can basically learn the Zemroar Wave. Using it bestows a great power upon you at a special cost. So that's the thing about this character. It's all about special costs on this character. I'm just going to go in here and boost up critical hit chance, I guess. Pick this up, pick that up. It's just chest in there, so I'm not going to worry about the stuff. I do have the ability to break open chests now, but... Alright, we're going to eat this immediately. Whoops, I didn't do that right. Alright, so here's the Zemroar Weave. So using this power makes it impossible to wear armor. However, your attack power and force sensitivity are increased by 1.6 alone, along with 50% boost to evasion rate and force damage reduction. So, essentially, this makes it so that you have more attack power and more evasion at the cost of being able to not use armor. Interesting. I think we're not going to use it just because I have a Demon's Coat that I plan to use at some point. But that's like a special thing you can possibly do. It's worth pointing out. Special. Getting back to the topic of persistence, by the way, though. I think that in some cases it makes sense that a roguelike should be sort of like self-contained. I mean, even I can get behind it somewhat. Just eat this. Kill that. Alright, let's do this. We're going to put on the lumberjack axe so I can break this open. That's how that works. We're going to throw this tentacle weed that I have too. Or just drop it. Just do that too. But yeah, I think some persistence is okay in games. Specifically talk about persistence, where I think it's okay is like the idea that, well, for example, with this game, I think it's okay if, like, you know, you have like persistence in a sense that you can unlock stuff, and you know you can sort of have like, you know, the ability to, like, you know, use like those perks that give you stuff. The dimensional vault is, you know, perhaps like, you know, a bit iffy, but whatever. It sort of goes along with the lore of this game. Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna just eat that. Use that. Throw that. Eat that. Treasure chests. I see something up in the distance. Lumberjack axe, go on. Alright, this is something I want to use, so we're just going to go... do that. Maybe that'll save me a turn doing all that. Sword play on this. So now I've got more good stuff on this. That's already enchanted all the way to max though, so I wonder if that's worth doing. Though it's not dirty anymore, I guess. Let's go equip this now. Okay, what are these arrows all about? Are they NPCs? Possibly. Ow. We'll use this. Ow. Ow. Let's kill it all. Won't worry about that, I don't think. Eat that. Alright, let's use my experience for another critical hit chance. Maybe I can see extravagant chest in the distance is what I'm seeing right here. Oh yeah, that's because of the treasure map. That makes sense. Ow. Equip this. So I guess I can see chest because of the treasure map. I'm wondering why arrows are popping up. Makes sense now. Well, there that goes. There's a battle axe though to replace it. We're just gonna drop this. Drop a healing herb. yes, persistence. There's lots of like, things for like, for defining a role engineer. I made a nice big, document. Oh. I made a nice big document, of course, about what I think is like, part of the role engineer. A long stick. Most useless that would be. This looks like another dungeon. Ow. Right, level. I feel like I have some eye identification on this character. I guess it's because I have a little bit of intelligence on a character, so it's giving me that, I guess. Let's go for this. Nice, we got key seals. That'll be useful for later. That heavy armor is probably worth keeping, so... Ditch that. Ditch this. Ditch the bombs. I think they're not worth as much. Need to find a town to sell this stuff. Talking about persistence, there's actually a lot of examples of persistence, making its way into, roguelike games now. Do I have a weapon? I do have a weapon. It's a battle axe. Be nice if I could see the amount of, like, durability of my weapons, but of course I can't. We're gonna go here. Alright, got some more chainmail apparently popping up. I might use jerry ring right now, but not sure you really need to. Yeah, I'm gonna keep using the battle axe for a little while. It's my only good weapon, unfortunately. Oh, it hurts. I can fix that easily enough. What's over here? Nothing, apparently. More leather armor. Pick that up. Eat this. Yeah, so I'm just going to go full armor at this point. But yeah, there's lots of persistence in roguelikes these days. To give you an example, for example, besides like, a Dimension Vault I've already mentioned here, hero, stuff you can unlock. Basically, I think I already mentioned this, but the example I mentioned, like the Dwarf Fortress example, where like, you have like persistence saving, that's actually stuff I think that's beginning to get more common where like you're seeing like people try to like have like these like sort of like the world's like saved, and you like keep playing in the world. The example like I was thinking about like in conjunction with Dwarf Fortress was Dungeon Mans, for example, where in Dungeon Mans basically you have the same world you get saved and you're basically unlocking stuff. But the thing to sort of keep in mind in that game is that essentially the dungeons like get sort of randomized, I guess. That's worth using right now. The analysis scroll. What have I got? We've got a Slayer Battle Axe with 1 durability. Okay, I don't want to use that anymore, apparently. There's this, there's that, there's this. That was worth doing, I think. But yeah, Dungeon Man's like one thing about with Dungeon Man's, for example, it's not like Dwarf Fortress where like each time you run in it's gonna be the same, like everything's gonna be saved to minute detail type of deal like Dwarf Fortress has, but it very much has the same sort of thing going on. With a lot of respects to stuff. Use. And we'll talk to you. And we'll just go hit. Cost too much to do anything else. Ow. Kill that stuff. Now, it's worth knowing, by the way, if you look at the bottom right of my screen, you actually see the durability of my current equipped items. So 127 on that Battle Axe, 188 on a Knight's Coat, Flare Shields at 41. Worth knowing that because, I'm only, just starting to make use of it myself. There's my level. Vile Dragon Flame. That's probably worth keeping over something like this. Whoops, I meant to pick it up. And we'll equip the shield that I have. And let's throw the big stone. I need another level before I can make use of that again. More jury ring would be done if I want to. Eat that. I'm halfway to the Demon Lord, apparently. I guess I'll comment on the hero class at this point, because I've been playing for a while. I really like the hero class, in a way. It's got some interesting features to it. It's not like, overpowered or anything. Considering the fact that it's got those, like, great boosts at the cost of, like, great drawbacks. Pick this up. Another area map. I'm running out of stuff to get rid of and jettison and such. Kind of annoying. I'm going to jettison this. Alright, I gotta think about stuff here. Let's get rid of that. I'll pick this up. I'm going to actually equip my armor now.